Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we will talk about the Schengen area. This is one of the most important videos on this channel if you want to travel or move to Europe. In this video we will cover what is the Schengen area, how does the Schengen area work, who can move freely in the Schengen area, and how you can move to one of the countries in the Schengen area. Before we start, I have to say this: if you want to travel, move, or invest abroad, hit the like button and, most importantly, subscribe. Let's start. Before we explore the ways to get the most out of living and traveling in the Schengen area, we have to understand what the Schengen area is all about. Firstly, let's do a bit of history. The name Schengen comes from a village in Luxembourg called Schengen. There, in 1985, a number of European countries signed a treaty called Schengen Treaty. The goal of the Schengen Treaty was to enable free movement across Europe, which has been a concept since the Middle Ages. After the Second World War, this concept was frequently discussed, but not acted upon until the 80s. The founding countries of the Schengen Treaty were France, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. The Schengen area has since then expanded, and now is comprised of 26 countries. Now that we know what the Schengen area is, let's understand how it works. The Schengen area is basically an area where border and passport controls are not enforced on its residents and visitors. If you are in the Schengen area legally, you can move freely between the member countries which are part of it. You will not need to do any formality after crossing a border if you're not staying in a given country for more than 90 days. If you're a tourist in Europe, for example, you can enter the Schengen area via Denmark, travel to Germany, Sweden and Norway, and exit the area. In normal circumstances, you will just pass through two border controls, once in Denmark when you enter the Schengen area and once in Norway when you leave it. Now let's talk about the countries that are currently part of the Schengen area. Currently, there are 26 countries in the Schengen area. Here they are. As we can see, there are 26 countries in the Schengen area, but only 22 of them are part of the European Union. This is where things can get tricky. Not all European Union members are part of the Schengen area. Romania is an EU member, for example, but it is not a member of the Schengen area. If you cross the border from Hungary, which is another EU member, you need to show your passport when exiting Hungary and when entering Romania. Switzerland, on the other hand, is a part of the Schengen area, but it is not a part of the European Union, neither it is planning to join the bloc. Now that we understood a little bit about the dynamics of the Schengen area, let's analyze who can travel and stay in the Schengen states. And in case you can't, what can you do to become eligible to travel and move to the Schengen area? Basically, there are three types of citizens that can travel to and move freely inside the Schengen area, depending on their status. The first situation is residents and citizens of a Schengen area country. The first category are the residents and citizens of a Schengen area country. If you are a citizen of Belgium, for example, you can travel to Portugal without any formality or border control. If you are not a citizen of Belgium but you live there, the same applies. The second category are citizens of the visa waiver countries to the Schengen area. Citizens of these countries can enter the Schengen area for up to 90 days in 180 days without a visa. Among these countries we have the US, Canada, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Ukraine, Brazil, and many others. And the last situation is citizens which do not fall in the other two categories, but have a valid Schengen visa. Now we will discuss how to move to the Schengen area if you are not a citizen of an EU country and you are also currently not a resident of a Schengen state. In order to move to the Schengen area, you will need a residence permit to stay in one of the Schengen states. To obtain a residence permit in one of the Schengen states, you will need a reason to be eligible to apply. The reasons available actually vary from country to country. There is no specific guidelines for the whole Schengen area. Usual reasons include study, work, marriage to an EU national, and in some cases retirement, being the director of a company, or even a freelancer. In most cases, to get a residence permit, firstly, you will need to apply for a visa issued by the Schengen state which you are going to move to. There are some exceptions to this, in which you can enter a Schengen country visa-free and apply for a residence permit from inside the country. This depends on your country of citizenship, the country you're going to move to, and the purpose of your stay. Now let's talk about a Schengen Visa. A Schengen Visa allows you to travel to any of the 26 countries in the Schengen area for up to 90 days for various purposes. The Schengen Visa is the most popular for traveling in Europe, and holding it means you can enter, travel within, and leave these 26 countries without facing border controls. 14.2 million people used Schengen visas in 2018 for European travel. Many non-EU nationals need a valid passport and a Schengen visa upon entry to the bloc. If you're planning to stay longer than 90 days to work, study, or live in the Schengen area, you need to have a visa for the country you are intending to move to. If you already have a Schengen visa, there are good news. Apart from the fact you'll be able to travel freely in the Schengen area, there are a number of countries outside the Schengen area that will allow you to enter their borders if you have a valid Schengen visa. These countries would normally require you a visa if you needed a Schengen visa in the first place. But since your Schengen visa was approved and the requirements are somehow strict, the countries consider you as someone that, let's say, will probably behave well and allow you in. Some of these countries are in the European Union, but not in the Schengen area, like Croatia or Romania. Some others are outside the European Union, like Serbia and Montenegro. Some are not even in Europe, like Mexico or Antigua and Barbuda. There is also the exceptional case of Ireland. Ireland is an EU member not part of the Schengen area. If you do have a visa to the Schengen area and you want to come to Ireland, you cannot use your Schengen visa to enter the country. You will need an Irish visa, even if Ireland is an EU member and you have a Schengen visa. That's it for today's video. If you want to travel, move, or invest abroad, you know what you have to do. Hit the like button, leave your thoughts or questions in the comment section, check our other videos, and subscribe. See you next time.